All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ace match. As we have here in the bottom right, our blue Zerg, he is Reynor.
And in the top left, it is the red Protoss, Zoun.
All right, so a little bit interesting because the last set was between Reynor and Zoun, and it seems like for this ace match, both teams has selected the same players, Reynor and Zoun. I'm not surprised that Kaisi Gaming went with Reynor, but I guess I'm a little surprised because that Alpha X chose Zoun because Reynor did beat him 2-0 in that last set.
Yeah, Zoun obviously feeling the pressure at least a little bit, right? I mean, it's got to be at least in the back of his mind, you know, hey, this guy took two games off of me in a row already. But again, like we mentioned earlier, you don't get this far without being able to handle this kind of pressure.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe third time is a charm, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. So Reynor preemptively going for the third base location, knowing that his opponent, as a Protoss, will probably try to pro block it. I feel like that's a pretty common move for Zergs.
Yeah, I think right now, kind of the meta is that Zerg players are just kind of basically preemptively, you know, going for that third, what will be the natural third base as their second base. But yeah, it looks like Zoun for the time. I mean, he went for the Stargate opening in the first game, and then in the second game he went for the Twilight Council, and then into Dark Shrine. What do you think he's gonna go for this time around? Because both times didn't work out too well for him. Do you think he's gonna change it up, or do you think he's gonna try to attempt the same build as before?
You know what? Okay. This is gonna sound really crazy, and please forgive me, okay, Snoopy. He's gonna go for triple Stargate Phoenix. Oh, okay. Never mind. No, it's gonna be a Robo opener. Hey, I like this too. You know.
maybe triple Robo now.
Yeah, exactly. One Immortal, one Colossus, and one Disruptor all at the same time.
That would be crazy.
Oh, but did that Ling see the Robo? I don't think it did, right?
Oh,
it just
did
barely...
not. Yeah.
Oh, Zoun with the big brain Robo placement. I like that a lot.
Yeah. So once again, Reynor is going to be in the dark. But as I say that, you know, last game, he still managed to survive that, despite not scouting that Dark Shrine. Took a decent amount of damage from the Dark Shrine, the DTs, but he was able to do more damage as he was able to cancel that Nexus, or not even force to cancel. He just outright killed it without a cancel.
Right. Not only that, but he adapted to the situation, knowing that he probably was not going to be able to catch up in the eco without taking more economic damage later on. So Reynor just transitioned very smoothly. Maybe that was his plan the entire time, but I would not be surprised if it was a transition into Lingbane Roach Ravager. And obviously that is a pretty low eco, pretty disposable sort of army composition. It allows the Zerg to sort of overpower the Protoss on a smaller economy, so I like that move a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that composition is really effective against a lot of what Zoun had at the time. He mainly had, of course, Blink Stalkers and only a few sentries there. So
right.
Yeah, if you can, you know, of course, the corrosive bios can mitigate the force fields. And then, of course, the Banelings can pretty much, you know, they do relatively well against everything else.
Right. Now, I do like this opening. It's gonna go into Blink Stalker, which we have already seen earlier. Excuse me, Blink Disruptor, which we have seen earlier. Oh, that War Prism getting kind of low. Those two Adepts are gonna get caught out on the field, but not before taking a couple of drones with them. Anyways, this game, Zoun is opening with Disruptors first and then going into Blink. I like that move a lot. You know, it's a bit more of an unexpected form of harass. So hopefully for Zoun. Oh, look at that! One disruptor caught behind the Robo facility.
Oh, interesting. Usually when you see this disruptor Warp Prism play, you would see Warp Prism speed being researched, but this time around, no Warp Prism speed upgraded, so he's gonna be kind of flying regular speed, and he's gonna have to be extra careful. If he loses that Warp Prism with those 2 disruptors, then that might just be game over.
Yeah, for sure. We do see a lot of gateways finishing up. I think that Zoun is definitely going to try to focus more on the stalkers, but Reynor also responding with heavy Ling production, sort of noting that, hey, my opponent isn't going for a third base just yet, so I need to be sort of careful. It's already 6 minutes into the game. This is quite late.
Yeah, I mean, Reynor must have his antennas up, knowing that this late into the game and no third base, there's got to be something coming. And now he sees it with the creep there. Gonna go ahead and try to produce a lot of Lings. The Lings will do really well against the Stalkers, and also does really well against the Disruptors. So this is a great choice for Reynor.
Okay, I just have to note, no hate on Zoun, but that first Disruptor hit was a big whiff. The Queen, way too slow to deal with that. But anyways, the Lings are going to wrap around. Zealots are being warped in. Warp Prism is just barely going to get on out of the way, but the rest of the Stalker army is falling. I don't think this is enough to hold. Oh, look at that. The Disruptor just barely killed off before it could kill the Queens, or at least tag the Queens. But finally, a decent hit on the, on the Roach Ravager. It's not going to be enough, though. I mean, Zoun is going to be forced back with just 1 Disruptor and a handful of Stalkers. That attack, I mean, it just fell flat on its face, didn't it?
Yeah, those Disruptor hits weren't effective enough, and I mean, the way that Reynor engaged that, he did a Ling flank there, so it really helped out in terms of mitigating the splash damage of those Disruptors, and Lings just do wonders against Stalkers in general, and also against the Disruptors. And then now we see Zoun only on 2 bases, having to force a recall as well.
Oh.
And so Zoun, doesn't have a lot of options going forward here.
Oh man, I mean, look at that. The Banes weren't even needed. Only just now the Bane Nest is being put down. A bunch of Lings flying everywhere, making sure to scout and take the watchtowers as well. Zoun, I think he's getting a little bit desperate right now, right? I'd be so desperate if I was him in this position. I'd be thinking to myself, wow, I need tons of damage right now, otherwise I'm out of this game, and my team is out of this series.
Yeah, he's right now just hoping for a miracle Disruptor hit, because right now he cannot play the long game here, and he just doesn't have Stalker's just not the kind of the most effective way to climb back into a game. Like you see
right.
in the Zerg, maybe Lurkers. If you're behind, you can rely on Lurkers, but as a Protoss, you don't want to rely on just pulling Stalkers, and he doesn't have enough Disruptor numbers to really change the tide of this fight, it seems.
Right. Yeah, Stalkers are definitely a good utility unit. Oh, 1 Disruptor actually tagging 1 Stalker on the edge as well. Lings are going to be able to give chase. Do those Lings have +1 yet? I mean, it kind of feels like they have +3 right now, but obviously that's not the case. These Stalkers are doing their best to engage what they can, especially because the Queens are going to be chased a little bit off creep. Oh, okay, a decent hit, but the Warp Prism is just about to go down. Look at that, getting into the red for its health bar. Oh, and the Observer getting tagged by the Corrosive Biles. Pretty unfortunate so far for Zoun.
Yeah, and now it's 4 bases to 2, and you must imagine that main base of Zoun is being mined out, or going to be mined out relatively soon. So yeah, he's just going to go for this desperate attempt here. But yeah.
Okay. Oh, but look at this. The Baneling flanked the Warp Prism getting tagged by the Queens, and a bunch of Stalkers going down. GG is called. Reynor coming from 1 to 3 puts his team in the 4-3 victory.